Hello, this is Christophe Bertrand. I'm the VP of Product Marketing for Arcserve, and I'd like to spend a few minutes to talk to you about disaster avoidance. So there has been quite a bit going on in the industry around applications and downtime, and recent research from the firm ESG, the Enterprise Strategy Group, shows that over half of mid-market organizations essentially have a very, very low tolerance for downtime for high priority applications. We're talking about less than an hour, and in many cases, it could be minutes. So essentially, the research here proves that there is no time for downtime, and that not being able to run your business critical applications, whether you're in the public sector or in the private sector, puts you at risk from a compliance perspective and from the ability to keep delivering the service your organization is set to deliver. The other thing that it really shows is that you have service level agreements and requirements that are far beyond what you can achieve today. Something needs to change. So what we'd like to propose here is the fact that if you can recover from an IT disaster in a matter of seconds, you've essentially avoided it. You've avoided the ensuing economic disaster that may strike your business, and you've essentially mitigated the impact of that downtime to a point where the interruption to your business is manageable. That's disaster avoidance, and that's really what I'd like to speak to you about, because that mandate of disaster recovery has changed. In many ways, backup is dead. Disaster recovery needs to evolve to become disaster avoidance. As research demonstrated, there is zero tolerance now for more than a few seconds or a few minutes of downtime. And I mean by that, mission or business critical applications. In addition, you have a couple of things going on with the IT infrastructure that makes things a lot more complex to manage. There is an increasing risk of attacks from ransomware, cyber pirates, cyber criminals, a number of additional issues associated with natural disasters in certain regions, which could put your premises at risk and make your data unavailable and your systems unavailable. The other thing is the growth of data. More data is produced every day, and you have to protect all of it. So you combine all of these factors, and you get to the point where something has to change. What we are proposing is that disaster avoidance will replace standard backup. And there are 5 requirements a solution needs to meet. It has to be complete and ready to use, because for mid-market organizations, you just don't have the resources, the ability, the time, the budget to assemble what amounts to a technology kit. It has to be very easy to use, with self-service being the operative word here, as you deploy the solution, as you leverage the solution to protect your environment and to recover from any problem you may have. You have to achieve very close to zero data loss. We're talking a few minutes here in a perfect world, so that should anything come up, you haven't lost a lot of transactions or a lot of data, and you can get back on your feet very quickly. And you have to protect everything. You can't just have one solution for one environment and something else for another. That's incoherent and that's not comprehensive. So make sure that a solution that supports all of the platforms that you run in your environment, hypervisors, servers, applications, etc. And the price has to be right. The cost of managing the disaster recovery environment can be very high. With disaster avoidance, you can do all of these things, and you can do it at a great cost. We are Arcserve. We have a great platform we'd like to talk to you about. It takes you much closer to this objective of disaster avoidance. We have a very wide customer base. We're a global company. We've been around for a while, and we have many customers around the world and have won many awards. We live and breathe the technology, the disaster recovery, the disaster avoidance, and we certainly would like to spend more time with you to talk about your needs and to tell you what we can do to help. Thank you very much for your time, and please give us a call.